Okay, so this is our second lesson in our fractions unit, and it's called Fractions of a Group. And it's based off of Math Focus 4, pages 212 to 214. Now, in a moment, I'm going to show you a picture of 5 different animals, and I'm going to ask you, how can you use fractions to describe the animals in this group? Okay, so here are animals. We have a polar bear, a caribou, a muskox, a ptarmigan, and an ermine. Now, when I'm representing these as fractions, I know that my denominator is going to be 5 because there are 5 animals here. Now, one way I can express it is I notice that the polar bear, caribou, muskox, and ermine have fur, whereas the ptarmigan does not. So I could write that 4/5, or 4 out of 5 animals have fur. I also notice that the ptarmigan has feathers, and the other 4 animals have fur. So I could say that 1 out of 5, or 1/5 of the animals, have feathers. So as you can see, I wrote that 4/5 of the animals have fur. I also wrote that 1/5 of the animals have feathers. Now the question remains, which of these two fractions is greater, 4/5 or 1/5? Well, 4/5 is greater than 1/5 because 4 is a greater numerator than 1. When fractions have the same denominator, the larger numerator determines the greater fraction. Now, if the denominators are different, this isn't the case. But since we're only working with like denominators, we can always look at the numerator to tell us which one is the bigger fraction. So for number 1 checking, they want us to write 3 fractions that describe this group of animals. Now, I know my denominator here is going to be 4 because there are 1, 2, 3, 4 animals here. We have a seal, a lemming, an ermine again, and a walrus. Now, one of these fractions that I can write is, well, I know that seals and walruses both live in water. So I can say that 2 out of the 4 animals live in water. Now, also, I notice that all 4 of these animals have fur. So I could say 4/4, or 4 out of 4, all have fur. The whole group has fur. I could also say that 0/4, or 0 out of 4, are dogs. So here are the fractions I wrote for number 1 checking. 2/4, 2 out of 4, of the animals live in water. That's half. 4/4, or 4 out of 4 of the animals have fur. That's the whole group. And 0/4 of the animals are dogs. Now for part B, they wanted us to put the fractions in order from least to greatest. Now remember, since we're working with like denominators here, which is 4, the larger the numerator, the greater the fraction. The smaller the numerator, the lesser the fraction. So since we're putting them from least to greatest, 0 out of 4 would be the least, 2 out of 4 would be in the middle, and 4/4, or 4 out of 4, would be the greatest fraction. Think of it as quizzes out of 4. 4 out of 4 is perfect and would be the highest mark. 0 out of 4 would be the lowest mark. I hope this is clear, and if you have any questions, feel free to email me or message me on Microsoft Teams. Thank you.